How's it going, miners? Bill here from BillMining. Hope you guys are well and I hope you guys are safe. So in today's video, we're going to speak about how to install Hiveos and why it's my preferred software. Everything you've seen in this video will be linked in the description, such as links to Hiveos and how to make your own account, as well as the USB storage devices that I use from all my mining rigs. Without further ado though, let's say we drop that intro and get into today's video. Blah. Alright guys, welcome to once again to my desktop. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I've turned off all my mining rigs just to get you a nice crisp audio for this install here. So Hiveos is my preferred software. I've used it now for quite a few years, about 2 to 3 years, and I've done different videos covering different OSs such as Rave OS and iSash OS. But as I mentioned, it's just my preferred software. But the main features about Hiveos is deploy, monitor and manage, and the ultimate mining platform which allows users to self-mine and control process and more efficiently and hassle-free across thousands of rigs from a single place. Everything you need and your team to keep your farm at peak efficiency, which is fantastic. You know, you can also use this all, by the way, on ASICs. I had mine running, I think, on an S9, which is an absolutely amazing piece of OS. So firstly, what you're going to do is basically you want to go to Hiveos here, and it'll ask you like to basically, instead of signing in, obviously I've already made an account just for this video, for the purpose of this video anyway, but I'll ask you to more likely just to register. All the links, guys, from what you see from our USB storage devices to basically links to Hiveos, all the links will be in the description to get yourself started and up and running as a first time miner. So you come here, and more than likely you'll see something called like register, but it might say sign in for you. If it does, just click this button right here. As I said, I've already made an account, but we'll just log out here. So we'll just sign out. And more than likely, if you're new, say, hey, you're new, do you want to register? And you'll just fill your information here. Ignore this information because this is just mine. You'll put in your email address here, your login, which will basically be like your farm name, and then your password here. As mentioned, I've already done it, so I want to just go back. So I'll just snap here and head back to where we just back into Hiveos. So once guys you're in to Hiveos, I've just renamed mine the test farm as it's a lot easier for myself. So we'll click on here. You'll more likely have something from your main page where it told you your login info. It'll say your email address login. So you'll click this, and depending on what you're adding, myself it's going to be GPUs. So we'll click on add rigs here. If it's an ASIC, you just click this button right here. So we'll click on add rigs. It's going to be GPUs. We'll put the worker's name as test farm. It doesn't really need a password. I'm going to click on add. Once you get to this screen, it looks like something's new with the rocket symbol and also then to the moon. Kind of looks like it's made out of cheese. Wallace and Gromit reference, everyone knows that. It says please read the instruction guides here. So obviously if you want to click this, I'll just open a new tab if you want a little skimmer over this. But obviously we're covering this in this video anyway. And then it's got to looks like to download the new Hiveos, which I've already got up here in my video, as I mentioned already. So we're going to close this one. But basically this is basically be your farm hash, your rig ID and your rig password. Keep these three guys safe. You don't want to be giving these out to anybody, as this can potentially compromise your account as well as your farm. So please bear this in mind. For more advanced users, for those that already have Hiveos, it's a simple thing just to download your config file right here. But I'm going to quickly snip this video just so I can put my USB stick into my computer. So generally at this time, if you're doing a follow along, stick a USB in your computer and we'll come back just in a couple of seconds. So guys, presumably you just plugged your USB stick into your computer. You might have this little message here to asking you to format. I would always recommend to format. I've previously just formatted this USB storage device, but I would always recommend to format a new storage device regardless. One thing I forgot to mention in the before we jump to this is you need to download this software here called Eto. What this is basically it's a flashing software that will flash the Hiveos onto that particular piece of software. Oh well, flash the Hive image to that USB stick. But as mentioned, obviously we'll go through it anyway. So I've already downloaded this, but you would download for Windows. I think it supports Linux, right? Yeah, Linux on obviously Mac if you're using a Mac. So you just download whichever appropriate one that you're using. You'd download and you'd go through the installation process. I already have it up here, as you can see. So from the next step from here would be to basically just download the image. And I think I've already got up here, right? Yeah, I've already got up. So you'd click this link right here and it'll take you to this page. And from here, depending on what graphics cards you have, some graphics cards may only be supported in the beta image. You might have to check with Hiveos just to double check that. Myself, when I first had my 5700 XTs, I had to download the beta image. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use the GPUs here. So we're going to download the zip file, and it should download right here. It's going to take a little bit. I'm really sorry about this. Hopefully you all are keeping up so far. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip this and wait for it to download, and we'll just basically, we'll come back. We are back. So what you do once it's extracted, you would click this beautiful folder right here, and you should hopefully have the Hiveos stable version. You're then going to open up Bell Lecture. You're going to find from the beautiful file. I've never tried doing it from the URL, by the way. Maybe I'll do it from the direct URL. But then you'd go to the download, you'd go to this one here and this, and then you would select the target, which also would be your, for me, it would be the drive F. Obviously, I don't install it on my Windows drive. So we'd install it on this one here. We click select, and then we'd click flash, and it literally is that simple, guys. And you can use this software for different sort of OSs, such as NiceHash OS and Rave OS, which is really, really awesome. And it should give you, I believe it gives you an estimated too, roughly how long it's going to take. So I don't know why it's saying it's 7 gig. Okay, yeah, 8 gig, cool. And it's installing the device, so it should start any second now, and it'll say the estimated time, hopefully, if it's not trolling me, which I think it is actually, but hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not trolling me here, and it should give you, like I said, an estimate time somewhere down here, and I believe it goes through like a second pass just to make sure it's all installed correctly. So what I'll do, I'll come back and I'll show you it actually going starting and show the ETA time down here. So give me a couple of seconds. There you go. Literally just as I paused the video, it came up. So what's going on here, guys? As you can see, it's flashing the Hiveos image to my drive F here, and the flashing is 2%. It's going at 3.70 or 5.30 megabytes here, and the estimated time is about 16 minutes. Hopefully it doesn't say 87, because that's going to be a bit nope. But 16-ish minutes. So what I'm going to do, as previously stated, I'm going to come back once it's all done, and we'll meet you back here. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So once you've plugged your USB back into your computer, you should have these beautiful files here with the device detected as Hive. You want to open rig config example, and normally from this point here, you can just basically let me just open this. It's a lot quicker for me. Ooh, finally, I've just been logged out. Okay, I'm just going to do it the quicker way, but the official way to do this, you would open this back up. You'd go to your farm here, and you would go to your settings. Actually, I think you can do it directly from here, right? Yeah, so you can just do it directly from here. And you'll have this here. It'll tell you this is just an example rig config. Rig config is in the rig.config, and as normal, you'll work your password to run for the first time. Obviously, you don't be changing anything here. You're going to put your farm hash and your farm password, your worker name, your rig ID, and the rest of the stuff here. So I'm just going to do it. There's an easy way of doing this, and if you can't be bothered to put everything here, or you're unsure what to put here, you can just download the rig.conf file. So I'm just going to quickly just download this. It's a lot easier for you to do. I can see I've got 2 here downloaded as I did it previously, and I forgot I wasn't recording, so sorry about that. And so I'm going to go to my downloads, and what I'm going to do is I don't think you need to back up this file also. I'm going to go on an assumption and say you don't, so hopefully I don't break it, but we'll find out together. And you're going to go down this, and you're going to delete, and then I'm just going to basically move this rig.conf file, and I'm just going to change the 2 because I don't want it to be a 2, and we want a rig.conf. Oh, I've already got 2 installed, right? Oh yeah, so I'm going to move this to my Hive. A bit of an error there. I remembered I've downloaded 2 and went with a bit of a stupid thing there I did, so I'm going to just duplicate this. I've got multiple windows open. I'm really sorry about this. You won't have to do this, so I'll just copy it to Hive. All right, it's already been copied. Cool. Just double check it has been copied. Cool. So once you've got your rig here, yours will probably say rig.conf. You're pretty much ready to go. So I'm just going to quickly just rename this here. Rig.conf. Sorry, apparently one simply cannot spell. Rig.conf. And we're just going to double check it has the correct information up here. So we're just going to close this, and if you're unsure, it'll say your URL, your rig ID, which is correct, your rig password, and scroll down, it'll say test, your farm ID, and your miners, which obviously I don't have a flight sheet, which we'll talk about a flight sheet in a couple of seconds here. Cool, so it looks like we're ready to go, are we? Yeah, looks like we are ready to go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to save this. And just to make sure it has been saved, cool. And you want to just right click here and obviously do the eject. If you can remember where the hell it is, I can't remember. There you go, eject. And you want to make sure it's safe to eject. And we're going to continue, and then we're going to eject that, and then we're going to go get the the USB stick and put it in our computer, which I'll just come back. I normally would record this bit, but I figured I'd just do a quick voiceover. So you'd move this, guys, now to your computer, and I'll come back in a couple of seconds once we switched on the rig. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the USB stick that we've just flashed with Hiveos, and we're going to put it in this top rig here. So I'll be back with you guys in a couple of seconds once I've inserted it. I'm going to obviously switch it all on, so give me a couple of seconds. It's a bit of a squish around it, but you can see we've inserted it. It's right here, and then I'm just going to switch it on. And it's a little bit loud, and as you can see, we're just, all the fans are spinning, we're booting up. So what I'll do, I'll go straight back to the computer, give it a couple of seconds till it shows in Hiveos, and we'll meet you back there. Okay, so as you can see, the rig here is booting up, but looks like we're missing a flight sheet. It'll take here missing flight sheet. So we'll make a flight sheet. I've already made one already, but if you guys don't know how to make a flight sheet, I'll just quickly remove this and show you here how to make a flight sheet, as well as connecting up a wallet. So I think we'll do the wallet first, actually, it'll be easier for you. So we'll just delete this. Okay, so now the rig here has been connected. What we need to do now is make a wallet as well as a flight sheet. So we'll do the wallet first. So for this particular farm, I want to mine Raven coin. I'm just going to put my Raven coin address here. And we'll call this Raven. Oh, sorry. Apparently I can't seem to spell today. Raven, and we'll call this a Raven XO. There'll be a little box here to add as a global wallet. You want to be ticking this box right here. It'll say use it as a global wallet. You want to be doing that straight away. I'm not really bothered about fetching it as a the wallet balance. And then we're going to go a flight sheet, add a flight sheet, and this will be just for Raven coin, wallet, Raven XO with what I've just created. Pool will be 2 miners. I'm in the EU, so I want to be using the EU, US, and Asia. And I want to use the miner. I'm going to be using, for this purpose of the video, I'm going to be using Team Red. It's a good miner that I always use. I'm going to call this, oops, sorry, Raven. And this will be 2 miners, right? Yep. 2 miners. And then we're going to create this flight sheet. So we're going to, once the flight sheet has been created, we want to go to your rig. I've called mine test 1. As you can see, we're not mining anything at the moment. We're going to click on flight sheet. And now we have a global flight sheet to use for this one. And we're going to click the rocket icon again to apply this. Very, very easy stuff. And that now should be just applying. I'm going to delete that, and we should come back over. And it is just been applying. Looks like there's an update to the latest version here. So it looks like the one that we downloaded, there's a more newest version to this one. So we can just upgrade to this one if you guys wish to. At the moment, I'm not going to bother, but you can read here what it supports and what's the benefits with the 3070s, the 3080s, the 3080is, and the LHR for the 3060s, I think it is, right? So I can see this +1 means the wallet, not the wallets, but the flight sheet is now mining to this particular one here. This settings will eventually start going up. But if you want to know how to basically know if you are mining, other than it'll show you obviously the hash rates, there's a way for you to do the, I think it's remote access. And we'll do Hive in a shell start. There you go. So you'd get this symbol right here to remote in. So you go Hive shell, you click on this one up here, and you'll come to the shell in a box. You want to type in miner. Is it miner? Yeah. So it's installing, as you can see, and it's getting the Hiveos repo plus the binary. So you want to give it a few seconds here while it adds all this to it, because obviously this is your first installation. It might take a couple of seconds here. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, and you should hopefully start seeing the, here you go. It's all coming through, copying, because obviously this is the first time that you'll be using hopefully Hiveos. So it might be your second or third time using Hiveos. But I can see it's reading the database. It's unpacking the Team Red miner is what the miner we chose to use, because it's the first time this installation is detecting that we're using Team Red. This won't be for every installation, by the way. Sorry, not every install, but every time you use Team Red, it won't do this. It's just such your first time using that particular miner. So it'd be the same if you use, like, say, Ether miner or Phoenix miner. It more than likely would do the same thing. Here we go. Cool beans, cool beans. So it's detecting the 5 GPUs. We're mining on the compile algorithm, is what you can see here. Obviously, this is bare minimum, no overclock settings. This will take a few seconds to update. So this is the bare bones. We haven't done any overclock settings, but we're doing pretty good. We're getting, what, 18 mega hash total, which is not the best. I think each 4GB card can do, I think, 10 to 13 megahash if you obviously play around with the overclock settings, which isn't too bad. And we've already started getting some accepted shares from 2 miners, which is really, really nice. So here you go. We're just going up on the overclock settings, which is very, very nice. GPU 2 doesn't seem to want to hit 10 megahash, which has been a bit of a bummer. But overall, we're getting 66 megahash, which it should hopefully update here. Oh, it has. Nice. So we're getting about 66 megahash mining on Kapow with consumption at 666, the devil's number. What is this? But overall, though, it's not bad. And obviously, then to more, I guess, tweak your settings, you would then obviously go into this and play around with, you know, like the overclock settings. So you'd go off what the popular presets are, which is something I love about the actual Hiveos, where you can just basically see what other people are using for overclock settings instead of going to a certain forum or like what's your overclock settings or a group and such. Obviously, we have a Discord link that will try to help you too. Link in the description. But you will just type in Raven coin here, and it automatically detects what card you're using, which is an RX 470 for myself, and just apply these. And it's literally, it's a bit of a mix and match here. Sometimes you'll get like improved hash rate, sometimes you won't, but sometimes it'll be work. I said sometimes it won't. I can see we're doing absolutely fantastic on this card, the 470 MSI, which is getting 13 megahash, which is insanely nice. 104 watts, so it's a little bit high. Now, you can follow along here. Beautiful, beautiful. So what I tend to do when I'm doing my own little like overclock settings is basically I'll apply, say, an overclock setting for the XFX here at 10 megahash. Oops, we won't be selecting that. The 10 megahash, and then depending if the it drops here or goes high, will depend if the card's going to be successful or not with those overclock settings. So at the moment, we're doing 65 megahash, which is incredibly nice. I think we was up to 66 before, but it's still doing pretty decent. But it looks like with the overclock settings it's taken, it hasn't done anything to it. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds to go through. Wait, wasn't it GPU 1? Yeah, it was GPU 1. So we're doing 10.35 on an average, which ain't too bad. So I'm going to wait for it to get some more accepted shares, and if it still says the same thing, then we might play around with it here. So we've got another share, 68 megahash. So we're doing 10.32. I think we can improve this. Like I said, it's not really meant to be an overclock video as such, but it's not bad. I like this 13. I'm going to try and get some more oomph out of this. Let's see if we can get some more oomph out of this one here, right? We've got a coin. Let's mine on the Raven coin. Oh, this is a 570. Ah, okay. So let's have a gander with this one. So this is using 8 megahash right now. So I'm trying to see if I can get like at least 13 off this card. Here you go. So we're doing 10.30. The hash rate on this card seems to be going down, if you've noticed. So we was at 10.35 and 10.32, and now at 10.30. So I think it's going down. It seems to be. So this is when you know your card's basically not accepting the overclock settings. It means that it's lowering the hash rate. So 10.32. I want to see if this goes up. I don't think I've bias modded any of these cards, but it's on the Epedia memory. Is it Elpedia? Is that how you pronounce it? Elpedia? The memory's a bit, it's not great, we'll say, but we'll see how it goes. So we've gone up to, from 8 megahash, which you see here, this is GPU 2, it's back up to now to 10 megahash. So, which isn't bad, it's really, really decent, but we're still using 133 watts, which is really, really insane. So normally, right now, it's the old silicon lottery, so I'd go about 900 on here, and then I'd probably like maybe throw another 900 on, I think it's the mem state, right? No, it's the mem voltage, so I'd probably maybe put like a 900, a 900 down here to see if it can hold it. And it'll either basically say, nope, I don't like that, or it'll stick with it, so we'll have a gander. So we're at 10, what we're on right now? 10.51. Oh, the hash rate's gone up too, by the way. It was 10.49, it was 10.30 before. Okay, so GPU 2 we're up to 11 megahash, which is an improvement. Okay. So it's not really meant to be an overclock video, but, you know, like, I'm just playing around, and I'll probably wrap it up in a couple of seconds here. Did it take it? It's taken the overclock settings. So it looks like we've gone from, I believe this is what, like 133. So it looks like it hasn't really budged off the 133 mark, which is a really bit of a sad time, really, because I was kind of hoping to get a little bit better. But I can see we've definitely lost hash rate. GPU 2 was doing 12. Oh, it actually has taken it. So I tell a lie, it took a couple of seconds to update, but it definitely has taken the overclock settings. So this was doing what, 10? I think, or 12 or 13, somewhere around there, at 133 to 134 megahash. Sorry, 134 watts, which is pretty awesome. Not the wattage, but actually the megahash. So we've managed to save about 30 watts on this. So It might be, obviously, it's different for each card. So I would normally start off like 950 on the core and on the memory on each card, and then just try to lower it or increase it depending on your luck, basically. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stop the video here, I'm going to go back to Facecam, and we'll go from there. How about that for a video? Let me know what you thought, guys, in the comments below. The graphics card, the miner, which is being flashed and now mining, is this one up at the top here that we are mining Raven. It's like the pets down here are weeping. They're excited that either the video's coming to a glow, so maybe it's a hint for you to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you get notified when I upload new videos. Let me know your preferred OS software in the comments below. Like I said, my personal is just Hiveos. It's a brilliant software. If you need any help, guys, links will be in the description to our Discord, as well as the stuff that I use for my miner, such as where I bought my USB sticks from, plus where I bought the old server cases from. Links to that will be in the description. Anyway, guys, I love you guys, and I'll see you in just a little bit. See you later. Bye.